Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls, everyone. Last time we killed the High Lord Wolnir. Today, we are going into a hidden area, more or less. It's, one of the... I have very mixed feelings about this area. Don't think we can level up with our current soul count. I have really mixed feelings about this area. There's parts of it I love, parts of it I am kind of disappointed by. And lots of interesting lore stuff. And I don't even, know if I'll be able to remember where everything is. But we're gonna see. We're gonna try. So if you remember, last time we found that you could get down this bridge by hitting it. So we'll hit it again. You do every time you rest the bonfire, the bridge comes back, so... we can descend here, and we will. We can still see a figure there, some items. Where Henri was looking. Oh, there's something up here. I remember what's up here. A demon. Much like the demon we fought with Sigurd. There are also, you'll note, some skeletons that are kind of fighting with us. They will attack us, of course. But they'll also attack this thing. Oh man, that attack hurts. There's a big wind-up on that. Oh man, I'm so close to dead. There we go. Big life bar on that thing. You really can see how much Sigurd helped us out last time. And it's just called a demon. We get a boss soul, but it's just soul of a demon. Generic. Demons are a dying race. Yes, they are. More about that soon. I guess perhaps maybe we're supposed to bait him down here with these skeletons and, get a big army to fight him. The one skeleton kind of skipped their reanimation animation, which sounds weird to say. Yeah, it's a really funny knockdown animation. Their head just falls off and they put it back on. Oh, he did too. He just, instantly was back up. That's a glitch right there. The old sage's blindfold and the witch's ring. we could actually put that on. We could wear a headpiece for once. We might wear that blindfold. Maybe not. It looks kind of silly. But it does give us some small amount of armor, and a decent amount of magic resist, so... Let's... unless there's something better. Our other option would be to wear the ragged mask. Let's go with this, actually. Ragged mask. And we get another bonfire, which is very close to our last one. And really all we did was kill that demon in a room full of skeletons. There's a reason. This hidden area, the Smoldering Lake. Now, right away you're going to see, if you played Dark Souls 1, and you found all the hidden areas there, there's an area substantially more hidden. We'll get towards the loud thing shooting at me in a second. There was an area substantially more hidden. I'm just going to go here so the noise isn't bothering us. Called Ash Lake, and it was my favorite area in Dark Souls 1, and it did not look unlike the Smoldering Lake. It was not smoldering, it was ash. But you had these arch trees. See, now they're smoldering, they're burning, and they were larger before and they were not burning. If this is the same area, that's really cool. And I kind of think that it is the same area, although perhaps some pretty serious stuff has happened to it. Certainly, it was ash before, and now it's burning. And like ash is usually what you get after something's burned, but we work the same way. We're unkindled. People call us the Ashen One, and yet we can possess embers. We're burning, so. They even tell you in the opening of the game, Ash seeketh embers. Which leads me to believe that this is done symbolically. Like, even something that is burned out, its usefulness can be rekindled. Just lore stuff, my own speculations. This place looks really cool. Aesthetically, it was my favorite in Dark Souls 1. And I'm going to do this whole area backwards. I think I did the area the opposite from what you're supposed to do the first time I played through it. I think a lot of people did it backwards, actually. But let's get a good view of everything. You see there's a giant ballista shooting at us. And we can use these trees to block the way. To block shots. Now, there's items up there, and we'll get to those. But my first thought on seeing this was, let's go the other way. And not get hit by the ballista. That would be ideal. And we see this. Now this is meant to make us turn back, I guess? Field there. But you can kind of just run around it. And here's where I'm going to use one problem, if I don't die, to solve another. There's even a hint here, no skill ahead. I have no skill, so I'll stand here. And if you notice, the giant ballista, its arrows are actually hitting the worm. For quite a lot of damage. And so this seems kind of clever. Like, at first it seemed that this was how you were supposed to do it. Now you see there the worm was in the way, so I got hit. But there you go. The worm's dead. We get an undead bone shard and a miracle, and easier access to those items. It doesn't respawn or anything. Let's run up here. It's very loud. Now, I don't actually think... There's a path we'll get to that lets you... we're just going to hit this bonfire. That lets you kind of deal with the ballista. And I feel like what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through the whole level and disable the ballista. And then go have a nice time fighting with the worm without the ballista shooting you in the back. And then get to the boss, which you already saw the boss fog. But we just dealt with the worm, and we can actually, because we killed him, summon Night Slayer Tsorig. We're not going to, because he's an asshole. But we could. And now without the worm there, we have free access to this. Also summon Great Swamp Cuculus. We also will not do that. Well, I got hit by an arrow. Let's go fight the boss. Old Demon King. Now, there's a lot to be said. First of all, in terms of just the fight itself. When you... So, it's pretty much a really fair fight. He telegraphs everything really well. Has long wind-ups on his attacks, so you can dodge most of it. When you see him, like, channeling, as he's holding his giant warhammer like a staff, fire will start to rain from the sky like that. And when that happens, even if you stagger him afterwards, you have to run. You have to run from that fire. That's by far his most damaging attack. If you get hit by it, by one of the early fireballs, you'll probably get chained by the whole thing and die. For later, for the rest of his attacks, the other tricky one, which he didn't do that time, sends a ring of fire. It starts, like, in a pretty wide circle around him and closes in on him. And if you're in that range, it'll hit you, and then it spreads out again. So if you're up close and he starts to do that, what I recommend doing is, on its way in, roll through it. Unfortunately, he didn't do that, so I didn't get an opportunity to show it off. More important, though. Blood comes out when you hit them. This, you might actually recognize this guy from earlier, the stray demon we fought. Looks a lot like it, and this is... In Dark Souls 1, you fight the Fire Sage demon, and the Stray demon, and the Asylum demon, and they all look kind of like this. And around this way... These horns, that's probably a Taurus demon, another Dark Souls 1 boss. And this guy here, on the ground, Capra demon, another Dark Souls 1 boss. So there's this mound of dead demons here that we were just running around to block his attacks during the fight. That's just really cool. We also get a bonfire, and I guess we should go use some souls. We actually have 2 boss souls. We have the Soul of a Demon and Soul of the Old Demon King. That's a lot of levels. And we have an undead bone shard. Let's use that first. Soul of the Demon gives us 20,000 souls, and Soul of the Old Demon King gives us how many? Probably another 20,000? Only 10,000. That's weird, because that guy was definitely the tougher of the two. But it is what it is. A large soul of a nameless soldier.
Welcome home, I shall speak. Very well, then take it. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of prosperity, elucidated by fire, flood, deep within, retreating to the darkness beyond the reach of flame, then assume the new master, inhabit the farewell, Ashen, what may the flame...
Sort of an all-around upgrade. And now let's do the rest of the area, because I kind of feel that's the only boss in the area. And that leads me to believe that you're supposed to take out the ballista first, and then the giant worm, the lightning worm, and finally the old demon king. But we have done it in the complete wrong order. So let's teleport down here. You can see the Demon Ruins bonfire is listed before the Old Demon King bonfire, which to me implies that we were supposed to go this way first. So I guess now I'm going to show the way that I think you're supposed to proceed with the level. I think that this is one of the last bonfires you're supposed to hit, because it's past the worm. So we're going to run through some ballista fire. We're going to pick up all these items on our way and probably get hit in the process. think there's an item up here. Maybe. Not so much. That's everything there. Item out in the middle of the lake. I'm kind of trying to time those by sound for when I roll. It's pretty hard. Had to destroy? Oh! Well, I didn't find this before, but I think that might be an interesting tip. What happens if we let the ballista hit right here? Whoa. We get a speckled stone plate ring. I didn't know about that. What does the speckled stone plate ring even do? Okay, all of our elemental absorptions go up. That's pretty good. Okay, so you see these giant crabs over here. We fought them earlier. So I think the way, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to run, be turned, oh shit, I fell down. I think you're supposed to go here where I just fell. I think you're supposed to see the ballista, go the other way, be turned back by the worm, and see this is the only path. But I just decided to run around the worm like an idiot. So let's go down this way, and, whoa, that's weird. Weird physics on these bricks. But we end up down here, the roots of those burning trees, and we're in the demon ruins at this point. I feel like I should mention here, Demon Ruins was also an area from Dark Souls 1, but it was not in the same place as Ash Lake. So it's almost like these two areas have been overlaid with each other. Ash Lake before was far below the Demon Ruins. And here the Demon Ruins are below the Smoldering Lake. Also, the presence of those crabs is weird, but we'll explore over there later. I need to find where the bonfires here are. That's a very interesting noise. They throw out orbs of fire that will then shoot their own fireballs at you. It's very annoying. And they are pretty tough. Their enemies here have quite a bit of health. I feel like this is an ambush. Yeah. As soon as I walk in, those two guys are going to get up. So let's just kill the big, this guy kneeling down fast. These are the same Drew enemies we saw in the Great Swamp. Yeah, we have purple moss. Cure that poison. Get the Izalith Pyromancy Tome. To the king Gru, I guess. Big statue of a Gru. Bonfire ahead. That's good. Oh, yeah, bonfire ahead. And this is a pretty big area where it's easy to get lost, so I might not know exactly where I'm going for a bit. Hacking required ahead. So it is. Guess you could pop that from either side. Here are my good friends, the fire slimes. Luckily, there are not too many of them. You can see there are casters across the way. Now, given that I don't want to jump into a pit full of casters, my only choice is to run through here really fast and scream as the slimes fall behind me. Ah! Okay, we're safe. So it's interesting to me that I actually do more damage when I don't charge my R2 for as long, at least against these slimes. Like, if I charge it all the way, and they don't hit me... Oh, never mind. I don't know why I was... Oh, my weapon must deal more damage on its, like, outside range. You can hit them with the hammer part, and not, I was hitting them with the haft before. That's interesting. See another slime up there, and... a moving statue, which is a recurring enemy from DS1. Can I see what's down here? I think I know what's down here. I don't think I can see it yet. And I'm not sure if I can jump over that. I think I'm going to try and maybe land myself in hot water. Hey, I can do it. And you're going to breathe fire at me. But I have a kukri. I have a couple of them, actually. Problem is, your slime friend's still up on the roof. An Estus shard that I didn't know I had. Pretty cool. I think there's enemies around the corner, too. That trap is really nasty coming from the other way because it's really hard to see, like this hallway off to my right. It's really hard to see the slime or the, Oh yeah, I'm gonna be aggroed. Oh god, it's this thing that grabs me. I'm gonna fight in a really narrow space now. The jumpers. I hate them. Slime is like barring my way, so I can't get out there and fight whatever it is that is making those footsteps. Okay, we're good. Ember, there's someone sitting down. Yeah, coming from the other side, you get grabbed by the slime and then the statue breathes fire on you and it's a nasty trap. Let's go kill this guy. I'm sure there are others in this room, but I want this one dead. It's the jumper. Okay, we're fine. It's really hard to stagger those guys, like unreasonably difficult. Oh boy, I'm dead. They hit hard. Okay, well, I don't want to run through the ballista again, so we're going to go... Oh, okay, we just are right here. That's fine, then. Oh, he patrols into this room, doesn't he? Or close to this room, anyway. That's weird, because this is, like, a safe room, almost. As long as you're inside the range for that, you're okay. Run through the slimes. We're just gonna run through this slime this time. There we go. Kill this guy. Kill the other one. Grabbed us again. Oh, I thought I dodged that. These guys are tough. I'm sure you can tell, but they're tough. Ignore the slime. I am gonna get a shield out this time, though. Okay. Just bait these guys out as slowly as I can. One of them, I believe, is a mage, and I don't want to aggro that one until I can just rush it down. These spear guys will do a good job of keeping me away from them. I think this is the mage? Yeah. As long as they don't have people defending them, though, they're not much of a challenge. There should be one or two more down this way. Another staircase. Yeah, here's one of those fire mages that's already set up their fire orbs. So we're getting hit with fireballs from the side while we fight them. Their range is something else. That noise is something else too. Okay, so if we go back this way, I believe we will find the bonfire we were at earlier that transports us behind the worm. Yeah, that's the Demon Ruins bonfire. So at this point, if we'd gone through the level this way, we could go just from there and fight the old Demon King, but there is more to do. This area is pretty big for not having, like, another boss. This room is very large. There's a lot of guys in here. Like, I think 2 fire mages. Let's see if we can bait one of them out. I don't know if we actually can. They have all their orbs set up, too. I see one's thinking about coming here. I don't think they will follow us, though. We can maybe take cover behind some of these pillars. Oh boy, that's a lot of fire. Oh, he's setting up more orbs. At least I can take them out when they're in close quarters like this. Alright, come on up here. I'm going to do a plunging attack. Lost the lock on. Alright, you come on up here. I'm going to do a plunging attack. There we go. They're tough. All of these enemies are very tough. Lots of health. You see statues of a Taurus demon and the stray demon. Lots of dead Capra demons. And a slime on the ceiling. And more slimes on the floor. Making me unhappy. There's an item, so we gotta go for it. This message warns us. Be wary of above. It is an undead bone shard, so that's some pretty good loot. We're going to ignore the other slimes. We don't need them. Now, this. Oh boy. That's weird, we got glitched on the stairs. Now, there's a giant rat there, and there's some more rats behind it. But up ahead is what I'm interested in. Might look similar to some of you. Might look familiar. Let's see if we can get around that way. Oh, more rats. I didn't notice that guy. Lots of them hiding. Illusory wall ahead, so it is. And now we are on the other side of that pit. And what is this? No gorgeous view ahead. Quelana Pyromancy Tome. And we see a corpse clutching the corpse of what looks like a spider. Quelana was one of the 2 pyromancy trainers in the first Dark Souls. And she was the sister of the Fair Lady, who was spider-y and large in form like this. This is almost certainly Quaylana clutching her sister's corpse, and then she herself died. That's a very sad story, but not one in this game. I'll give you the feels, though. What happens if we go down here? It's lava. The floor is lava. And I don't feel like playing the floor is lava or dealing with those slimes. I don't know, I'm kind of interested to see if we can run for that item. I didn't do it last time, I chickened out. There's an item in the first Dark Souls that lets you avoid damage from lava. I was hoping I would get that, and I never did. So let me deal with this first slime, and then man up and probably get myself killed. I'm gonna go for the close item, because I don't think I can make it to the far item. Interesting, the slimes cast combustion. Oh boy, that does hurt. So, do I have any items that'll boost my fire resist? Temporarily boost fire damage absorption. Let's see if that can do the trick. Just gonna get the first item and get back. Nope. Which means we have no hope at all at getting the second one. Although, that corpse. The corpse I took that off of, I didn't notice it until we were dead. But it was like clutching at something. It actually was posed very similar to another character that appears right next to the Fair Lady. We'll go this way this time. Ingi. Or Nigi. I forget which one. I like this trap. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be fighting in a dead end. Oh, that's very much a trap. Luckily, poison and toxic are two different effects and have two different build-ups. Otherwise, I would have been poisoned. And, I'm gonna call him Anigi. I think that was his name. He did, give you toxic pyromancies, like Toxic Mist. So that would make sense if it was his corpse in the lava there. Ah, yes, I know where we are now. This is kind of where we wanted to go anyway. And now that we found Quaylana and that particular piece of sadness, I think we're just good to proceed this way with the level. Another one of those fire-breathing dudes. And more demon corpses. A lot of demons died. I don't know why. These grooves have basically become as wolves. And they're not demons. Like, we're in the demon ruins, but all the demons are dead. You know, except for the few we killed. But these things, I believe, are the, like, the people we saw outside Fair and Keep. And I think the way they became the way they are is by drinking wolf's blood. But they, like, didn't do the badass thing the Legion of Farron did. They kind of failed at that instead. Right, okay, that's the room with the fire people. Illusory wall ahead's a good tip. There's kind of a badass in here. Yeah, he did that pretty well. Black Knight's still tough. Now, Black Knights, from the first Dark Souls, we know that they fought against demons. So perhaps that's why he was here. And I guess maybe all the demons are dead because he did his job really well? I don't know. Mostly a dead-end room, but it does give you a Black Knight sword, which is... Black Knight weapons are pretty good. Like, I'm not saying they're the best, but I'm just saying all the Dark Souls 1 speedruns use the Black Knight halberd. Not that I can actually run games, I'm not that good, but... We're not going to deal with the Fire Sage dudes again, because they're really tough. Now, that rat runs away and you want to chase him, but if you do that, you're going to die. That's the room we just died in before with the lava. So let's backtrack into the other room with rats. And kill a whole lot of rats. Now, our path is going to take us into these rats anyway. You can see the pack of them and the big one. So we might as well have the height advantage. Make kind of short work of them. Illusion ahead and then illusion ahead? Is this... That's a real chest. Large Titanite shard and then illusion ahead. A hidden wall behind a hidden wall. Lets you come at this area backwards. There are basilisks here and we will have to deal with them later. So let's jump forward in... Oh, and there's loot there. So if we take our time, instead of just mobbing them, we can get the Izalith staff. I didn't know about this. Don't want to get petrified. That would be bad. There are more out there. Just lots of skulls all over the place. The double hidden wall trick is a... Dark Souls 1 also does that, but it has an entire hidden area behind it. Actually, two entire hidden areas behind it. The Great Hollow and then Ash Lake, which I mentioned earlier in this episode. I feel like this episode is starting to run long, but I kind of want to get to a bonfire before we stop. So, let's keep going. We don't stop, we keep rolling. we hopefully don't get petrified either. But, no, we got petrified. I got greedy. We died. So I'm thinking, let's run back there really fast. Like, really fast. Wrong side of the room. I am going the wrong way. I am in Flavor Town. I don't have my Estus out. Come on, there we go. We're going this way. We're killing the rat. We're not falling into the lava. We're killing these rats. This, by the way, is the other way through the level. You can't avoid those rats. So this is where we died before. The basilisks are down here. I guess this is good. We can bait them out to an area without any basilisks. I will say Curse is definitely kinder to us here than it would have been in the first Souls. In the first Souls, if you died to Curse, you had half health until you could heal the Curse. Like, your health was permanently halved. Oh no, I'm gonna die again. I wish I could kill them in one hit, but I can't. Oh, they blocked my path out of it. Man, these guys are tougher than I remember. I guess we've, up to this point, all the bosses we've had an easy time with from our extremely high damage on this weapon, but here we're seeing one of the drawbacks. One of the big drawbacks. Since we can't kill these guys in one hit, we're just at a huge disadvantage. Would be much more useful to have a weapon with more speed. Five enemies, one swing. Let's go. Let's take the back way. I do feel like this is advantageous because we can get the drop on two of them and just instantly take them out. We're going to be patient. We're going to wait for this to deplete entirely. Luckily, they don't seem to be able to hear people. They have to, like, actually see you to aggro. So it's really easy to sneak up on them. and they look creepy. We get a Titanite scale, though, and that's good because I want to upgrade this weapon again. Lots of egg sacs here. And we should be seeing a friend right around now. And by a friend, I mean something else. Lots of lava, and hey, you gonna crash my connection again, bro? We remember that trick, poising through our attacks. You gonna destroy my connection to Steam? That is kind of your thing. It's what you're known for now. You have a lot of poise, but I do have a very big mace. And here we get his shield and sword. I believe that is the last time he will try to kill us. We get more items there, but again, I'm not sure I can reach them without dying. It does confuse me as to how one is supposed... Maybe we're supposed to suicide those? I don't know. Maybe I'll look up later if there is, in fact, an orange shard ring. Because I want those items, I just don't want to die and make the run back. Anyway, you can go up here afterwards. If you just run by, then Sorg will attack you from the back. And that could be especially bad because we're going to go deal with pretty scary enemy right here. Another Black Knight. Perhaps reinforcing the idea that it was the Black Knights who killed the Chaos Demons. Like, killed all of them. And I was trying to knock him off the cliff, and hey, I actually got it. I didn't think I did, but... Gravity is my ally. Gravity and thermodynamics. They were my enemy earlier. Long ladder. It's been a long trip through the Demon Ruins. It's a big place. And you could be forgiven for expecting a boss down here. There is an item. Which, I guess let's jump and get that item. I don't know what it is. I don't think I found it my first time. Dragon Rider Bow. That seems pretty cool. So once again, we're going to have that ballista shooting at us. But we're going to get inside its range here pretty soon. So there's some dudes there, and bone wheels here. They're definitely not as tough as they were in Dark Souls 1. Last time we found them, we kind of ran from them because I was scared of slimes, but here we can get a proper fight. As you can see, they're fragile enough that they kind of just collapse as soon as you get a good whack. Other weapons might take a second hit, but not too tough. Of course, we've fought lots of skeletons back in the catacombs. These guys are a bit tougher. Though we did fight versions of them at the Cathedral of the Deep. These guys, I think, have, like, upgraded movesets like that. I don't think the ones at the Cathedral of the Deep ever tried to get me that way. Oh boy. They're very elusive. Like, I keep thinking I'm in range to hit them, and then they, like, step back and dodge me. Once you get on top of them, though, especially with a big weapon like this, I guess weapons that couldn't just knock them down in one hit are probably faster anyway, and so you won't have the same problems with range that I was. Oh, they can throw knives. I didn't expect that. Oh, I guess he's only using one thing. The other one was using paired, I don't even know what to call the weapon, but whatever he's using. He's using one of them and throwing knives with the other hand. And here we have the ballista that's been shooting us the entire time. Revenge. Now here's the bit that's disappointing me. We made it through that entire long area. Poor soul, you don't deserve this. Giants. They didn't, but apparently they were slaves and now they're just stoned. And that whole big area, we've got just the area around the ballista here, and another giant. Kind of sad. And there isn't really much up here. I think there might be an item hidden around this side, or maybe not. And like, you know, that drop will kill us, so I'm not going to jump off there. But the ballista is now calmed, so we can go explore this part of the lake. There's only really two things up here, though. There's one story thing, which we'll get to next time, and these crabs, which, I mean, they don't really serve a purpose. They're, the one area that... So I sort of talked about how this area feels like Ash Lake overlaid with, Demon Ruins, and the Demon Ruins led into Izalith. And Izalith was this really kind of unfinished area. It was the home of all the demons, like where they all came from. Everything was lava. But it felt really unfinished, where there were kind of just random enemies copy-pasted in a big, wide terrain the way those crabs are. But it was a really interesting area, so... I'm sad to see it get that sort of design again, with these crabs, with this dead end. But I think I do understand. I think that this was meant to be, you were supposed to come up here, disable this thing, and then go have a nice time fighting with the lightning worm, and then go fight the old Demon King. But it's just way easier to skip all of that and go right to the old Demon King. We do get some nice lore, like the lore work in the ruins is pretty good, especially with Quaylana, and I didn't even notice before, but Ingi, or Nigi, or whatever he's called. And all the dead demons and the Black Knights. That's some really nice lore work, but it feels like there should have been a boss back here. There should have been... either those crabs just shouldn't be there, or there should be a greater purpose to them, or at least some interesting items that they're guarding. And I think, actually, can we just jump down here on these stairs? They look like steps. I'm going to assume that this fall at least won't kill us. Okay, it'll hurt us, but not kill us. Okay, and that path will get you back to Smoldering Lake proper. Alright, on the next Let's Play Dark Souls, what's in this cave? For now, Homeward Bone. And let's use the Estus shard we got real quick. I think we might have another undead bone shard as well.
Just wasn't.
Can we use the Titanite shard we got to... or... yeah, not shard. Scale to upgrade this? No, we need 2 more.
Pretty be careful.
Don't think we have enough souls to level up. And the undead bone shard. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time where we finish exploring Ash Lake and get into hunting the second of our of the Lords of Cinder. See you then.